Good morning, everybody from Australia. Welcome. This is Monday morning here in the beautiful land down under. I'm your host, Dave. This is still only 35 cents, and you're watching the Merry Monday Mail Call Show. I'm sure it's not Monday where you are in the world today, other than some of my Australian colleagues. But if it isn't, welcome. I'm going to give you a glimpse of the future. More so than usual today, because we're going to be focusing on Warlord, the classic DC fantasy tale by Mike Grell. So we'll be going through a pretty much decent chunk of the run that I managed to pick up recently from my friend Dave from West Coast Dave Enges. There's a very interesting story to that, which we'll come to shortly. But yes, we will be covering off that classic story that doesn't seem to get a lot of love. So I thought I'd share it with you, take you through the books that I've got, and we'll have a look inside some of them and see some of the great art and story that Mike Grell put together for this amazing title. So before we get started, let's say hello to the chat, and we will do this throughout the show. We have Derek Hammondtree, my friend from Heroes Con. Great to see you, sir. Always a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining. We've got the coach, the comic collector coach is here. Hey, everyone. How are you? Nate from Hall, is here too. He loves this book. Well, this is great. I'm debating whether I should add a link into the chat and see if anyone wants to join. If you're a Warlord fan, because I could do with the help, to be perfectly honest. But yes, we will go through this, but I'm really into it. So great to see you all. I think that's everyone. Let me just double check. Yes, we are up to date. It's great to see you all. I will put the link in for those of you who would love to join as well. Let me see. We haven't done this in a while. So there it is for those of you that feel inclined to come and talk about this amazing title. So yes, Warlord started in 1975, November 1975, by Mike Grell. First appeared in the first issue special, issue 8, which we will come to. But essentially, the title had already been commissioned at that point. So Warlord, the first issue special was essentially an intro, and then led directly into issue 1, which came shortly after in his own title. From memory, I think the title ran basically 133 issues. So it was a decent sized run. Not all of it was drawn and written by Mike Grell. He was assisted by his wife towards the end, who was writing some of the stories as well, and it was taken over. So I'm really focusing on the Mike Grell series, or Mike Grell books in particular, as they are sort of the true essence, I think, of Warlord. I think she took over at issue 59 through to 71. So Mike Grell was still credited, but she was writing the book with him at that point. That was Sharon Wright. So yes, as I say, it's an interesting book in itself. I haven't actually had a chance to read much of it as yet, because it's this big. Let me show you, folks. This big pile. But we will be going through them, and I'll give you a sense of the books, and you'll see I've got Key Collector open here as well, so we can go through and call out some of the keys. There's not too many big keys, but we will start with this. Let me bring the view up for you all. So the first off, got to start this. Now, I showed this on our members stream this week. So for those of you who don't know, we have our memberships, and where I do every now and again, we'll get a big mega members mail call show where I'll show off some of the bigger books that I've got in. I thought that it was a nice lead up to share this one with you today. So this is the aforementioned first issue special, issue number 8, with that first appearance of Warlord. And as I say, it's beautiful Mike Grell cover here. Recreated on the internal splash here, and as you can see, you get the origin story of Travis Morgan as he makes his way, and inadvertently makes his way, into essentially a savage land Scartaris. And it tells a story of how he basically makes his way through that and becomes a warrior, a champion within the realm of Scartaris. And very much fantasy related, very much its own self-contained story, very much in the vein of Journey to the Center of the Earth, and that sort of thing. So to get this, I've been looking for it for a little while because I was interested in picking up Mike Grell's classic. And as you can see here, beautiful looking copy. I got this one from Dave and Rachel at Future Past Vintage Collectibles. And as I say, I showed it off on the Mega Members Mail Call show this week, alongside a host of other books, including a big Jack Kirby key. So if you haven't already, check that out. If you're not a member, please consider joining. We do a lot of these, or we will be doing a lot more of these Mega Mail Call shows as we go through. But there's first issue special, the special that kicked it off for you. Now, unfortunately, I don't have issue 1 of this book, but I do have issue 2 onwards. And so the title, as I say, had already been commissioned at this point. And so it went straight into the issue. So you had issue 1, which unfortunately I don't have to hand, and then issue 2. And you can already see Grell's art was improving all the time. And the thing that I really like is that he does some amazing double page splash pages, such as this one here, in the Arena of Death, where you see our protagonist attached to a tree, about to be attacked by saber-tooth tiger. Breaks off the branch and is able to use his branch as a weapon. Fantastic stuff. And as I say, even the art style change was very marked between the first issue special and, of course, the ongoing title. So then issue 1 and 2 came out pretty soon on, and then there was a little bit of a hiatus between issue 2 and 3. I think about 3 or 4 months. So very similar. I think he was obviously catching up in terms of some of the art at that point. But then, as I say, it's just great to see this. And the artwork is getting much more refined, as you see here. And there he is, liberating Scartaris, or planning to liberate Scartaris. So that's issue 2. As I say, no issue 1. I will be hunting for that to complete the run. Not sure if I'll go beyond the 60, but we'll see how we go. Then we have the aforementioned issue 3. He's back, the mightiest warrior of all. And as you can see here, obviously they're calling out because of the fact that they had missed a few months at this point. But again, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful creative splash page. And as you can see here, Travis Morgan donning his helmet that he becomes famous for throughout the book, as you see in later issues. But I wanted to share some of these with you because, as I say, pure, unadulterated fantasy from Mike Grell. And we have guest, which is always a pleasure. It's my friend Nate.
Why, hello.
Hello. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I heard you needed a Warlord #1.
I do.
So it's just here to support.
There you go. Well, have you had? Well, I saw in the chat that you are a fan of Warlord, which is
I am. I am putting this run together.
Awesome. And how far have you got, my friend?
I was just actually, I mean, this just made me look. So I grabbed my short box that has my Warlord in it. I'm pretty inconsistent because I just grab it when I see it.
Yeah.
So I have first issue special, first appearance, 1, 5. Let's see. Ooh, looks like I'm going in order for a while. I've got 1 to 10 in order here. Look at me go. 10, yeah. So I got one, first appearance through 10. And then I start getting into the 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I probably have some that are unsorted, unfiled.
Yeah. And
But
what
yeah,
got you
I
into
got the
it?
stuff that goes all the way to where he's no longer doing the writing or the art. Sometimes Mike Grell would still do a cover, but it
Yeah.
was no longer a Mike Grell book.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's the thing that I've really found out is it's full of history, and it's interesting how it sort of falls off the rails towards the end as it becomes more integrated into the DC universe.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this page, this splash you're showing here, like it's so trippy 70s DC swords and sorcery.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they didn't have too many titles like this. This is probably their premier one because it did run for, as I say, 133 issues.
Yeah, they tried. I mean, they had a lot of spin-offs of this, like Aryan and Claw and
Yeah,
Stalker, Beowulf, which I think only had like 3 or 4 issues.
very cool.
But yeah,
We didn't do a
Warlord
proper
is
intro for
definitely.
you.
I'm
We
sorry,
didn't do
what?
we didn't do a proper intro for you.
Oh, you
For
don't have
those of
to.
you who don't know, which I'm sure you do, but we will push your beautiful and amazing YouTube channel. Nate
Thank you.
comes from Whole Year Comics, and if you haven't checked it out already, as well as his ongoing show, the FOMO Squad, you should.
On
I believe you.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays. I do try and drop into that wherever I can. So the timing is always good because it's during the day and I can listen to it while I'm at work, so it's not too
Yeah.
bad.
Awesome. Well,
But I
appreciate that.
missed your show this morning, the hangover show.
It was a good one. It was a good one
Yeah.
today.
I'm never able to make it due to the timing because it's so late
Yeah.
here when you hold it. So maybe when the time zones change, it might be a little easier. So we are back to standard time zones soon. We go into summertime and you go out of it.
Correct. Yeah.
So
Getting colder.
It will be colder for you. It'll be warmer for us. It's already starting to get warm, which is good. So cool. All right. Let's go through. So as I say, the artwork on this, what amazes me is just how much it changed, even in the space of like 3 issues.
Yeah.
And he just seemed to be able to get it sinking. I mean, look at that. He sinks his teeth into. He loved his splash pages.
Yeah, and I mean it's big fantasy. I haven't read a lot of John Carter of Mars, but I feel like it's got that kind of feel too, like a man out of world, not just out of time.
Yeah, I've got some John Carter. I think I might have at least the first series. I think it was in Marvel Premiere from memory. It's one of the two, and I did enjoy that too. And I picked up also the War of the Worlds one with Killraven recently as well. So I'm getting into the fantasy. I also picked up, and I'll be doing a future show on this, Epic Illustrated.
Oh yeah,
there's a whole bunch of stuff there as well. So
yeah, that's a book I don't know a lot about, but everything I see from it looks so pretty.
Yes, I mean especially the covers. But you don't want to see my Epic #1, which is its cover is essentially detached.
Ah,
so I need to do that.
I don't get afraid like you do by poor quality books.
Oh, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. It's nice to read it because it's got a great Silver Surfer story in there. But yeah, I do need to replace that one so at least the cover does not fall off whenever I try and read it. But let's put this one away and we'll show issue #4. So we just covered off issue. But I love the covers on these as well.
Yeah.
And how much have you actually read? Because I haven't read any of it yet.
I've actually read a lot of it, but out of order. So I've read these early ones, and then I've read a lot of the later ones just like out of order, and I don't care. This one is, I believe, the first one where he shows up in his like the helmet, like the Warlord helmet.
I think the helmet was issue 3 from memory.
Is it 3?
I think it's 3. I think I just cut one off, but yeah, I think it's in 3 because drawing into battle in the open pages. Let me bring that up actually, because you're right. That this is the thing that then defines his look ongoing because it's sort of here we go. So issue 3 is where you see him riding into battle with the helmet on.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're
And again,
right.
look
I
at
was
that.
thinking it was this other splash, but yeah. And it's
But
he's still wearing the the unitard or whatever it's called.
yeah,
A little later on, it gets a little more like barbarian-esque.
yes, still wearing the unitard here. But again, it's one of those books that I never sort of thought about, and I wasn't really into I'll just get rid of that glare. I wasn't really into this sort of stuff when I was growing up. None of the Conan stuff, but as I get older, I'm starting to appreciate, particularly Mike Grell's work, right? Because he's one of these unsung heroes.
Yes.
And it's a weird one. I met him last year. I was very lucky to meet him, and he signed this for me. Oh no, he didn't sign this one, but he did sign a copy of this,
Very
which is his
cool.
other follow-on post. This, which is Star Slayer, which is similar sort of vein, but set in obviously space this time.
Yes.
But
Very
yeah,
similar.
I've been trying to pick those up. But yeah, it very very Warlord-esque.
It is.
But
And
also
it's almost like maybe he just kind of continued the same idea, but for more money at DC than he would have got.
yeah, it's interesting. I think in this, because this was in 75, they didn't have maybe he did get a sizable royalty check for this, because as I say, it did run for a little while, and obviously the way that the economics of comic writing in the 80s and under Jim Shooter at Marvel, they got a royalty. Well, not a royalty, that because they can't claim ownership, but they did get a percentage of sales depending on how well the title did. So if he's running that into the 80s, he would have got a decent stack of cash out of it. So, or hopefully anyway. There's your aforementioned helmet.
There it is.
There it is. But I just love it. It's nice. As I say, I can't wait to sit there. The one thing I wanted to ask you is, it's funny. There's this classic cover with the gun, but he's always had the gun from day one, right?
Right. Like that's the story, which I actually love. It makes me think of like Land of the Lost, where he crashes into a hollow earth. He's a SR-71 Blackbird pilot, and he has a sidearm, but it only has like so many bullets, and I can't remember. It's like, and they legitimately keep track. So he uses the thread of the gun a lot, but he never uses the gun because once he's out of bullets, the thread is gone.
Out of bullets. Actually, let's see, because that one just did have him shooting the gun at the monster. I've got to make the first shot count. I won't have time. Tara's in line. One bullet. Yeah, so he only fires it once here. It looks like he's firing it multiple times, but it's just the one time.
Yeah.
So agonizing over how many bullets he's got left.
He really is. Yeah.
I love that. Again, another great. The covers are just so good.
Yeah, they really are.
And it's all inked by him as well, is my understanding.
He must have worked quick, and he loved to do like these splash pages in every issue early on that just kind of sets the setting where they are in this fantasy realm.
We have got, there you go, the comic collection. Warlord seems like a cool series, but I can't say I've ever read it. Nor did I until literally recently. And I decided to dive right in. So Dave from West Coast Dave Engers, I haven't told this story yet. You'll appreciate this. If you're after copies to fill your collection, we were talking privately, and he said to me, I hate Warlord because I have so many of them, and I can't get rid of them. And I said, look, I'll take the whole run, because I'd love to sort of try it out and see what it's all about. Didn't regret it 1 minute. So he's got Warlords for days, apparently. So if you need any, reach out to Dave at West Coast Avengers. And they're in decent, really good shape. Like you can probably see here.
Yeah. Some of mine are definitely rough.
Yeah, they're not, and as I say, did me a great deal on these. It was I'd probably say less than $1 each in terms of
Nice.
picking these up. So yeah, it was a bit of a no-brainer to be able to pick up a series by a classic writer and artist. But as I say, he doesn't miss a beat. Oh, look at this. There's one for you. Your Christmas advertisement for Rudolph the
Heck
Red
yeah,
Nose.
Christmas covers.
Speaking of Christmas covers, I have something else to show you, Nate, which we have a shared love for Christmas covers, right?
Oh yeah.
I have this one, which came in. It's going to be in a future video, but this is for you.
Oh my God. The hate monger on a Christmas ornament. And I mean, he's Hitler, right? Like, isn't he Hitler's clone or something?
Essentially. So we were at Heroes, right? And I remember digging for this right next to you both when we were talking about the Air Pirates book. And I found this, but it wasn't in high grade. So I was like, I wasn't going to get it. But I had in the back of my mind, I needed this for the Christmas show because exactly that reason.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So
I can't believe that exists.
I'm waiting for you to get your notebook out to write it down.
It's happening. What issue is that? 10?
Issue 10.
Issue 10
of Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. It is the most bizarre.
It's so good.
I should have bought it at Heroes and joined the competition for the weirdest cover because
that's a good one.
It might have worked. So yeah, that one. When it came through, I thought of you immediately because of our love for
that's nice.
So
it looks to me like I just flipped through. I didn't read carefully, but I just flipped through first issue special, and I think he loads the gun at the end. So I think he's got 6 shots.
6 shots in total.
And wow. That's at the very first issue special. And I think he just I think they keep with that.
That's really clever if they did. I can imagine where I mean at the moment, if we stick to it, in issue 5 he shot the gun. So he's only got 5 bullets now.
It gives an urgency to him to figure out how to exist within the world. He can't just come in and be modern man. He has to make sure that he's able to survive. I love this with the big cat.
Yeah, look at it. Really, really good.
It's a good cover.
It's so good. I mean, as I say, and again, look at this. It's a black cover. That is super tough to keep in great condition. It's just, yeah, as I say, Dave from West Coast Avengers, he's got a whole bunch of, oh, here we go. Look at that.
There's the splash.
There's the splash. And not just any old splash. Look at that. He's coming home. Wow. I'm surprised they got that through the code.
Yeah.
It's
a little suggestive is what I'm going to say.
It's more suggestive, yeah. But good art there. Good art. Let's see. It should be noted there was an 8 months delay between issues 2 and 3. Yes, I mentioned that at the beginning of the show. I think my understanding is that was because he was just trying to get on course. So I don't think they were necessarily expecting the success of it, right? Which is why you get that line on the front. He's back. Hit the mightiest warrior of them all, because there was that hiatus of I didn't realize it was as long as 8 months, which is pretty crazy stuff.
I mean, yeah, that would be a death note for most books.
Yeah. There we go. That Nick Fury is incredible.
It really is.
It is. It's such a good cover. Such a good cover. So yeah, look, that again. So obviously at this point he's got fellow humans that have fallen into the same place. So maybe he gets a refresh of his bullets, but who knows? Don't think so. Cat God. Let's see if there's any other splash pages. I do love his splash pages.
There we go. Nice cat strike.
Yeah, I think we're not going to get too many. I do miss these. Wish we had this sort of advertising nowadays. It's one of those things that just when I look at, I love the comics purely for the art and the story, but then when you get this stuff next side by side, like make money customizing cars, vehicles, cycles, and buggies.
I mean, what kid doesn't want to paint wizards on the side of a van?
Yeah, exactly. It's that fad lasted a good 2 years. So that's Warlord 6, Warlord 7. Now Warlord 6 apparently is a key, by the way. Or Warlord. So let's just go through the keys because I think this is important. Obviously, we've got first issue special. Number 2 is the first appearance of Machiste. So that's a key. So this can get anywhere up to $20, depending on the grade.
Wow. Mine's in terrible shape. My issue 2. It is. It's one of the worst ones in my whole set.
I think, to be honest, it's really first issue special and issue 1 and issue 2 that are the money. Well, I say money. We say money books. They're not really.
They're the ones that will cost you tens of dollars.
Tens of dollars. Yes.
The rest being mostly dollar books. Issue
6, first appearance of Mariah Romanova, who is the lady with the nice cleavage. I'm assuming. And then we have number 7. And this is where your run starts to end, right? In terms of
I go all the way up to 10.
All the way
up to splash.
10. I know.
And the other thing I love, look at Mike Grell's signature on these splash pages, the way he extends the line for the M and the L at the end. Like, it's just artistically, his signature looks really cool on these pages.
It's really cool. Yeah, as I say, I'm very lucky to have his signature on that Star Slayer.
Yeah, he was supposed to be at Heroes. I was going to take my first issue special. He had to cancel.
Yeah, he was ill, so it was unfortunate. I was going to do the same. I think I was going to get another Star Slayer signed by him. To be honest, let's see what the question we got from Gregory. Hi, Gregory. It's great to see you. Recollect the publisher at the time. Carmen cancelled the series. Decision was overturned by newly installed publisher Jeanette Kahn. Interesting. Oh, I see. So essentially, that hiatus was cancelled and then brought back to life. Not down to Mr. Grell's not having story in the bank. So that's a fascinating one. I do like it when you get the chat enlightening you in terms of the whole process.
I do too. Because I mean, even with the internet, you can't know it all, but it seems like there's always a guy who does know a piece of it.
Yeah, well, thank you, Gregory, because I do think that's literally everything that I've read in preparation for the show. No one mentioned why there was the delay, so you have to make the usual assumption, which is the artist probably hasn't got this, ran the course and not had the story in place. But interesting, Carmen Infantino. Which makes sense because he was brutal in terms of cancelling titles. So good to see that this one was resurrected because normally they're not resurrected. They're just dropped.
Right.
There you go. Number 8. And there's I think what we'll do is just go through these splash pages because I think this is the thing that is always consistent. He'd always have this double page splash on the second pages. But look at that one.
That's great.
Pterodactyl.
Oh, he's shooting his gun again, though.
Yeah.
So maybe you're right. Maybe he got his bullets replenished from the people from his own time.
Yeah, maybe because I can't. He's getting a little bit. I'll have to read it. As I say, this is one of those ones where I recently got this in, and I've been dying to go through it, and now I'm going to keep a bullet count as I read because of what you've described, and hopefully it is as consistent as you say. Maybe they'll do the classic movie trope, which is he finds a blacksmith and makes his own bullets. Which would be the case. Comic Mike, I think around that time there was a DC implosion that cancelled several titles. Some were brought back. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Welcome, Comic Mike. Richard's here. Hi, Richard. Great to see you, mate.
Hey, bud.
Let's have a look at this. This one, I like this cover. as well.
I do too.
Quite unusual in terms of the pose. No idea what he's attacking at this point, but
It looks like a big werewolf.
yeah, pseudo erotic sort of. You can imagine Chris Hemsworth playing him, right? Who would you?
That's pretty good.
He's a bear. It's not
The snow beast.
the snow beast.
I mean,
i.e. a bear.
Come on, this right here looks so much like a D&D like module from back in the day, almost, right?
Yeah. It's crazy stuff. As I say, I just going through this and being able to sort of look at those. It's the splash pages that got me straight away because they are so interesting. Here's your issue 10. This one's a great cover with the.
So good. It's so
That
good.
is so good. With that, looks like
I could just see it. It's made in jelly. It's got me. I love it.
It's so good. And again, there he is with his. Look at that.
That's fantastic.
It's so good. And also, again, look at the Wolverine did not do it first.
Right. There's a pretty good Defenders where Hulk is tied to, and one with Valkyrie too, where they're both crucified like that.
Yeah. But the fact that I love about this is that Grell did the inking on top of all of this, right? So it's not
right.
He's doing the whole lot other than the lettering and the coloring. It's all Grell. It's all Grell. So fabulous stuff there. I just love going through and seeing the splash pages. That's it might give me I'm wondering if there's any Mike Grell original art lying around that anyone can find. Here's the classic pose cover.
This one's so good.
Yeah, issue 11.
And that now and also in 10, you see he's wearing the barbarian chain and loincloth instead of the jumper.
Yes, and that one. So this outfit comes about in this issue. This is the first issue where that the debut of the Warlord costume that you see here. So that's another key. That one's worth a great amount of $7 if you can spare it, or if you can find it in a dollar bin. I'm sure
you sure can.
But there it is. Look at this, dinosaurs. The inking is getting a little tighter here. It's because some of the early issues is pretty scratchy. Recounts the origin with the Blackbird.
Yeah.
80,000 feet over Russia. Yeah, it's basically a retelling of the origin at this point. No splash page, I'm afraid.
Just a one-pager.
Go on. Sorry, I interrupted.
Oh, I was just going to say, just a one-page splash instead of a two in this one.
Yeah, one-page splash, and it's realistically a relaunching issue from all accounts. It looks like this is a retelling of the original DC first issue special, with all of the.
Man, yeah, it totally is.
So yeah, if you can't find your first issue special, get your issue 11, which retells the story. There you go. And he shows you where they are.
Yeah, that's right from first issue special.
Yeah. So really good. Yeah.
I wonder if he reused. I wonder if that's reused or redrawn.
It's redrawn.
Wow,
that's all wild. Redrawn
because it's like literally the same story.
Yeah. So issue 11. If you can find that, you'll get the first issue special story, and you could basically go from there. Issue 12 is another key. This is the first appearance of Aton. No idea who Aton is, but we're back to our amazing splash pages.
Look at that.
That one's great.
I mean, you said original art. How cool would it be to get one of these splash pages, to get both sides of it? The original art for that.
Yeah, that would be good. It's something I'm going to start looking out for because it's so it's good. I think that would be good. This looks like this might be live. It is live. We're going live. It's a big surprise. Issue 12. So this is the first appearance of Aton. shout out in the chat if you know who Aton is. But look at this, battling dinosaurs. You can't get better than that. So it was a real cross between sort of fantasy and the sort of classic fantasy tropes and sort of prehistoric mythology as well. So it's that's why I quite like it. It's just a weird amalgam, which, as I say, you probably got in Star Slayer as well. We got issue 13, which not a key. What's going on?
I'm just laughing at the Crocodile Hunter cover here.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, well, is it a crocodile or
it's not? But I mean, it
immediately
made me think of one.
Well, you know what? So I watched Richard and John on Bronze and Modern Gods, and John has covered this a few times, right? He has a suspicion around. If you look at the look at this, you would appreciate this. There is a semi-clad warrior riding atop a giant serpent, and the serpent is placed in a very interesting way.
Yeah,
like the serpent is coming from his.
yeah, and he's really wrestling with it,
and that makes it even worse when you see this.
Yeah. Or better. It just depends on your state of mind. I love this.
Yeah, I mean, again,
good.
This is why I'm buying these, because they're just even just to have these splash pages. And this was the struggle when I was doing the thumbnail for this as well. I was trying to find a really good splash page that, because you've got the logo, you don't really want to cover up the logo when you're trying to sort of promote the item. And so every single one was just basically getting ruined when I put the logo on top. Issue 14 with Death.
Yeah, I have this one. It's not in my box, so it must be somewhere else. That's a good one.
And a fabulous splash in here. Look at that one.
This is like a montage.
Yeah, but I think he's dreaming, isn't he? Yes, he's dreaming at this point, which is why you've got that sort of montage dreamlike state. And there he is. See, the other thing that I quite like about this, he drinks ale a lot.
Yes. What else do you have to do in the Hollow Earth?
Yeah. Well, I'm amazed they have their own brewery.
It's like also in Scartaris, or I can never remember how to say it, but the sun never goes down. Their sun is like at the center of the Hollow Earth, so it's always daylight.
Yes. Warlord 15 apparently is the issue where Warlord learns that his wife gave birth to their son. So I'm not sure how that happens, but again, look at just beautiful art from Mr. Grell here.
Beautiful art.
Look at that one. Whoa,
that's so good.
So this is interesting because most of the others are from what look like inked by Mike himself. This one's, and you can probably tell actually, inked by Joe Rubinstein.
Oh yeah,
which is interesting because you can really tell, particularly on the helmet here, that it's a little bit. There's a bit of zipper tone in there, and it feels a little tighter in terms of the inks. So yeah, there you go. There's another one. But look at that, and again, the use of there's no background, so you've obviously got it on white, but it does tell a tale, right? In terms of you don't need to have it super detailed all the way throughout. I like the use of white.
I do too. Is Dave frozen? Am I frozen? Am I the only one here? What issue is he on? He's on 12, 13. I don't think I can pick it up at 14. Well, I've got 10 here. It is your fault, Jason, showing up. All right, so I've got 10 here. I don't want to ruin the ones he's gonna show. Let's see. He said he's going to go up into the 60s. That is in the 60s.
Hello, Nate.
Hey, man.
So, you know, I'm doing a renovation in the house.
Yeah.
They just turned the power off.
Oh, no.
So it's coming back online. So I will just wanted to let you know so you didn't sort of panic. I will be there in 2 seconds.
I didn't panic. I'm just showing my own warlords beyond what you're going to show.
Excellent. Let me see if I can turn all this back on. I will go on mute while I let you show them. I'll try and make you big.
Worries.
How do I make you big?
I don't know. I don't use the phone.
There you go.
There I am. All right. So here is one of my favorite covers. This is it should be called Blackout, and then it would really be fitting with our current situation. But this is Warlord 69. Nice. I have a few copies of this one, just because I think the black cover looks really freaking sharp. So again, that like quintessential Warlord helmet. Chunk here. Okay, then number 70. Good Lord. I don't understand the proportions of this one. So anybody in the chat, feel free. So the woman is giant. She is also a shapeshifter. She turns into this cat character that we see on the covers as well. And I mean, Travis Morgan's like full out, but I can't figure out, like, is she on a beer barrel? I don't know what this, like, why she looks so big on the cover. Because as I recall, she's just like, she's just sexy magic lady. There's a couple of sexy magic ladies in this. What is that? All right. In the middle is this: if you intend to die, you can do anything. This is like a glossy, like a comic book cover. And then there's this. I don't know who drew that.
Is that Warlord?
Oh, it's Frank Miller's Ronin. Okay. I thought the art looked familiar. I thought this was part of the Warlord. It's an ad. Okay. I see it now. That's cool. See, Jason, does Warlord dude ever wear a shirt like a button up or something? No. I mean, he doesn't have to go into the office ever. He is remote all the time. So we're on issue 70 here, and still doing 2-page splashes. And you can see that Bikini Lady turns into the cat. She's using magic to turn into the cat to jump at Lady with a sniper rifle. I'm not sure why that's a great plan. I guess nobody likes getting scratched by a cat, but this cover is one of my favorites just because it's weird. This is a good place to point out, like, the big difference between Mike Grell and other people. So this is a Dan Jurgens Warlord cover for issue 80. And it does not like do for me what the Mike Grell covers do.
What number is that one?
So this is 69. This is a Grell cover.
69.
This is I know, right? Nice. And then 80 is a Dan Jurgens Warlord cover, and I just don't. I mean, come on. There's no comparing these two.
No, exactly. Look at that.
Right.
Let me bring this up. See if this will work. Let me see. So yes, we're back, or I'm back. But thank you for covering. That's and also I don't have those issues that you just showed, which is great.
I know. I you said you only went up into the like 60s, so I grabbed stuff that came after.
Well, I've just looked as we were interrupted by the power outage. I just had a look. I've only got up to issue 38.
Oh.
Yeah, so I still need a decent.
You got a ways to go, my friend. It's a fun book to hunt because you come across it everywhere and it's cheap.
Yeah, and so this is the last issue that I've got. So it's weird. I've got up to 38, with exception to issue 1, the aforementioned issue 1, but I have got this one, which is the third from last issue, and as you can see here, Fleischer and Dusurma. Yeah, he's still in his bathing costume. He's still doing his thing, but they still keep doing these splashes even in these later issues.
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah, I think it sort of lost its way when Grell disappeared from the title. I mean,
yeah, it's still a swords and sorcery book, and some of the later ones I've read are still fun, but it's not the same.
It's just not the same. Yeah. I mean, I mean, you can see here they're trying to keep the essence of it, right? Because it is very big spectacle, massive monsters, seductive ladies, and he has, but it's just not. It doesn't look like Warlord. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm just going to collect the Grell issues, I think, for the time being. And then see where we go, because as mentioned, I think it lost a little bit of its luster as it went through the years, which is a real shame because it's, as I say, one of those fabulous books. So I've got issue 16 here. I don't know how long we've got. I've got about another 10 minutes to go, so I'll try and rip through these for you. But look at that one. Again, this is what I love about it. Is just this is inked by Vince Colletta. Interestingly.
Who's now? That's a Mike Grell. Oh, you're okay. You're back to the.
I'm back to Mike Grell. Yeah.
Okay.
Back to Mike Grell. This is issue 16, with what looks like someone about to sacrifice a baby, which is not the best thing. Which is why our Warlord is rightfully cheesed off.
Yeah. That might be his son.
It is his son. It is. You've stolen my son, Demios, and when I find you. Yes, all hell will break loose, as is seen here.
I wouldn't mess with him.
Yep. There are a couple of issues here that have previews in as well. I think there's a preview coming up soon. Look at that one, The Citadel of Death. Again, Vince Colletta on inks, which normally I'd be against, but it doesn't look like he's doing too bad a job here. He tended to butcher Jack Kirby, but doesn't seem to be doing the same. Have the same issue with Mike Grell. Maybe because
JSS has a question that I think you have to address.
Quick question: why Warlord? You are both wonderful and serious collectors, so why this series? I refer you, John, to this said double-page splash, and just the fact that it is so absolutely bonkers. That's why it's a why do we like anything? But this I can completely get because it is beautifully illustrated, realized by Mike Grell. And yeah, it's dollar bin fodder, but it's great dollar bin fodder in my mind.
And Bronze and Modern Gods summed it up right there. Great art, fun stories, and camp. It's just a fun book, and it doesn't cost you a darn thing to read it. You can just find them so cheap.
Go out and grab it. As I say, I'm loving just doing this.
There it is.
The front cover.
Yeah.
And then having a dinosaur cover. It's just.
But it has a vibe. Right? Like it has this, it gets you into it with here's this 2-page spread. Here's the world you're in. It's Conan. It's John Carter. It's freaking Warlord. Let's go.
Yeah, it is. And I think I would be interested to see what John thinks about Vince Colletta inks over Mike Grell, because I didn't realize that was a combo for this book either. And it doesn't look like the dog's breakfast it normally is.
I mean, Mike.
Do you think
Techno Viking would be the dream casting of Travis Morgan?
I think so. I think that would be absolutely right.
One more thing I really like about this book is that it is, for the most part, just a Mike Grell show. It's almost like an indie book in that it's one creator centered for the art and the story. And I think that's cool. You don't see that a lot with DC or Marvel books. and he was
No,
allowed to run for a while.
it's actually a good point, and it's something to chat about for the chat as well, right? Is there any other book like Chris Claremont, maybe John Byrne with Fantastic Four, for instance, right? Like that.
Yeah.
That's probably the one example.
I
For a little while.
can't think of many other artists that they just let write something for a long time like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. You're right. You're right for sure.
This one's a
John
crazy
Byrne.
cover. I don't know if you can see, because when you look at this in detail, I'll zoom it in a little bit so you can see it.
They got barnacles. Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
So that's pretty cool.
That's like something out of a Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy dream sequence or something.
Yeah,
I like that.
I really like that cover. And black. Look at it. It's probably one of the toughest covers you can find. But it's because of that black.
With all that black, yeah.
Yeah. But again, in decent shape from Dave. So happy with that one. Let's see what our splash is for this one. I believe that looks like Travis's son.
Yep.
With Demios. Again, this one I'm not massively keen on, but yeah,
but the throne is kind of funny to me. She's got her hand through a hole in the back with her drink, and then there's just random horned skull on it.
Yeah, it's just, and then obviously the little demon's holding up the scrying ball.
Yeah, his little portal.
So yeah.
Maybe he's gonna get the 77-inch portal at Christmas if it goes on sale.
Archivist Adrift. Vince Coletta ruining so many pencils. Is he though here? I'm a little bit more patient with him here. I don't think he's ruining this one, but yeah, I do agree. John came back with Barf. He's not a fan, which
right. Well, he also said that Grell had Coletta removed.
Did he? Let's have a look. I think there is one issue with a 2 to 3 page spread, and then they got roasted in the letters page for it. Which is interesting because have you ever seen the Steranko 4-page splash?
No.
That is crazy. And they actually, so he did a 4-page splash for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And basically that 4-page splash, they encourage you to buy 2 copies so that you could see the full splash. Which is crazy. Cover. I will have to try and find where that issue is, John, because I think that would be fascinating to see, and then find the letters pages and cover it.
Well, I wonder if it's that one of the early ones we looked at just had a 1-page splash instead of a 2-page splash, and so maybe they saw that and they were like, "Hey, where's our 2-page splash? Whoa. That's what we want." There it is.
I am interested to see where's this comment from John around the Coletta.
Right under where he said barf.
Let's have a look. He had Coletta removed. Interesting stuff. But he's doing it for a decent part of the run here, right? Like this is into the 20s. He's been going for at least, I think, like 10 issues so far. But look at that one.
It's not terrible. Like he's not doing a terrible job. I never thought that it was bad.
Yeah. No. Well, there you go. That's issue 20.
Hey, that issue 20. Look at that cover. Does that have a little bit of shade of Avengers 4? Does Warlord look a little Captain America?
Oh, in this one on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the scrying ball. Yeah, a little bit. Although the perspective, I suppose you can make an argument that it's a sphere, right? So the perspective's going to be wrong. But look at the way they're drawn. Their feet and legs are tiny. And then their massive torsos at the front. So it's like they would have had fun with that one. Let's have a look. Coletta was DC's art director, and he put himself on the bestsellers because of the royalty payments. Correct. That makes a lot of sense. That is. Thank you for that insight, John. That's really good. Very mobster, that Vinny.
I'm gonna ink your book. Don't you worry.
Please use the handle. I will use the handle. John from Bronze and Modern Gods. John knows I give him. I'm pretty sure it's John. It wouldn't be Richard. I don't think. I'm pretty sure. Because yes, but it's lovely to see him here, or both of them if they're both here, which is always good. Okay. I will, as I say, rush through these. I'm going to go to the keys, maybe. As I say, most of these, let's get a 25, which is the first appearance of Arim al-Ashir, which you can see the next cover, which is 26, which is one of those other classic ones.
Yeah, I love
Here we have a very different type of splash
Oh,
page.
very cool.
And again, Vince Colletta's still inking this at this point. So he's clearly getting his royalty checks. But look at that. Again, I believe she's dreaming of him underwater. But yeah, beautiful
Aren't
stuff.
we all?
Yep. There is one other that I wanted to highlight because we're going to have to call this quits, unfortunately, because we've been going for almost an hour. Maybe I'll do a second Warlord session to cover the issues that we haven't covered already. But I did want to highlight there is. Here we go. This is what I wanted to share. And again, this is timely with Bronze and Modern Gods in the chat. Issue 38 and 37 had OMAC one-man Army Corps stories inside as little preview pages.
Oh.
We've got issue 37 and 38 here. Great. Look at that cover there for 37.
Yeah.
Really nice.
I believe her name is Shakira, the cat girl.
Yep. And there's your beautiful splash for that one. Let's have a look. Look at that one. Vince Colletta's still inking it.
Well, he's doing okay.
He's doing okay.
Horse of a different color.
And here is your OMAC story.
There's OMAC.
So nice to see OMAC in there. Continuing. This is Jim Starlin from memory as well. Let's just see. Yeah, Jim Starlin, written and drawn, inked by Joe Rubenstein. So a great little OMAC story there for you. Look at that. Beautiful. And then in 38, you get the origin of OMAC as well. And look at that. That's very Jim Starlin in terms of the work. So, yeah, we'll have to do this again. I think, as I say, we're into the 20s of this great series. And what a way, I think, to end it. The shape of things gone by. Look at that. Great use of lettering.
It is here's the problem though, Dave. I like the lettering better than I like the rest of the page on this one. This is one of the weakest 2-pagers I've seen.
It is. The lettering is what makes this one. You're right. Absolutely right. There are some others. I mean, again, if you compare the two, even these two issues, the winged horse one versus, can you imagine a combination like that? That one on your wall would go very well.
Very cool.
So there we have it. As I say, we'll revisit Warlord. I think we'll revisit the lost world of the Warlord. But I did want to thank you for coming on. It's great to see you.
Yeah,
and I'm glad we've got another shared passion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
in our Warlord.
No one likes this book but me. When I saw you were doing it, I was like, heck yeah, I'll jump on.
Well, it's funny because the chat is going off in terms of at least there's some love for it. Like I know that Bronze and Modern Gods, John from there loves it. Starlin Omet was left over from Kamari after the implosion. There you go. I think John's just confirmed that whole point around the DC implosion, which led to that 8-month delay of Warlord. Yeah. So it almost didn't survive this book. Which is interesting. Let's just see what else.
I'm so glad it did.
Yeah, me too. Was Warlord in direct competition with Conan, or was it just doing its own thing?
It would have had to have been for some of it, because what were the years Conan ran at Marvel?
Early 70s. It would have been launched midway through. So Conan would have been very early on, but was super popular at the time. So you can imagine DC wanting its own type of story like that. But I would like to think that this was on its own course, because very different story.
Don't you think they were still trying to get that sword and sorcery crowd? Like, if you like
Oh,
Conan,
for sure.
hopefully you'll read this and like it too.
For sure, absolutely. OMAC was Jack Kirby, not Starlin. OMAC was Jack Kirby for that issue, for the original run, but for these previews that were sitting in this book here, they were written and drawn by Jim Starlin. So Jim Starlin continued the story of OMAC post the issues that he wrote and drew. I think at this point he was back at Marvel as well. So yeah, it was definitely a Jim Starlin book, or Jim Starlin's story at this point, rather than post that. Oh, that's right. Jim Starlin was the Starlin OMAC was a leftover from Commandy after the implosion. Cool. All right, mate. Well, look, it's been an absolute joy. It's been great seeing everyone in the chat. Thank you all for joining in such a great conversation.
Yeah, this was fun.
Again, if you haven't already, go and grab some Warlords and check it out for yourself, because it is one of those, I think, severely underrated books, particularly that first 60-odd issues. And I will be collecting those as we go, and I'll share some more in the future. Nate, seeing as I have you, let's bring you to the front screen. We'll remove this. Tell us what's going on with your channel and what you've got this week.
This week on Tuesday on my channel, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the FOMO squad and the whole family's back together. Hagen's back from his travels and moving, so the four of us are going to get up to our nonsense, show some books, look at what's coming out this week, and then next Sunday, on the Sunday show, I've got Biggie Shack, I believe.
Nice.
And that's it for right now. Like I've got a couple things like, produced videos, but I just haven't had time to get them out. So it's mostly just streaming and shorts.
Excellent work. And if you haven't already, please make sure you go over to Hall Yeah Comics and give this lovely gentleman a subscribe.
Please do.
And check out.
We try to have fun.
It's always fun. Always fun. I do like, particularly FOMO Squad, because I can actually enjoy that one.
Yeah.
I do try and watch the Sunday Hangover on Rewind. Similar. So great to have you, mate, and thank you very much for joining. Hope you enjoyed that, folks. It's great to see you all. We will go and enjoy the rest of I will go and enjoy the rest of Monday. Get to work. Nate, you'll enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will see you next week. Take care of yourselves. Have a good one, and stay safe, to coin the phrase from another channel. See you soon.